To all who have heard that we should not get involved in the fight for freedom, and especially using a religious justification for just being offensive here, that's usually problematic. It's contradicted by the scriptures and the words of the prophets. I'm going to get into those right now. The war in heaven over free agency is now being waged here on earth, and there are those today who are saying, look, don't get involved in the fight for freedom, just live the gospel. That counsel is dangerous, self-contradictory, unsound. That's from Ezra Taft Benson. Here's another quote. The prophet Joseph Smith declared it will be the elders of Israel who will step forward to help save the Constitution, and not the church. That is to say, the church isn't going to be what's going to come and save us from us. Brethren, if we had done our homework and were faithful, we could step forward at this time and help save this country. The fact that most of us are unprepared to do it is an indictment we will have to bear. The longer we wait, the heavier the chains, the deeper the blood, the more the persecution, and the less we can carry out our God-given mandate and worldwide mission. The war in heaven is raging on earth today. Are you being neutralized in the battle? And it wasn't just Ezra Taft Benson. There are many others of the prophets and apostles who have spoken about this. Notably, you look in section 134 in the Doctrine and Covenants, where the prophet Joseph Smith taught, we believe that governments were instituted of God for the benefit of man, and that he holds men accountable for their acts in relation to them, both in making laws and administering them for the good and safety of society. We believe that no government can exist in peace except such laws are framed and held inviolate, as will secure to each individual the free exercise of conscience, the right and control of property, and the protection of life. We also read in section 98 of the Doctrine and Covenants, when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Wherefore honest men and wise men should be sought for diligently, and good men and wise men ye should observe to uphold. Otherwise whatsoever is less than these cometh of evil. And I give unto you a commandment that ye shall forsake all evil and cleave unto all good, that ye shall live by every word which proceedeth forth out of the mouth of God. Elder Robert E. Hales in 2015 gave a general conference talk in which he said, let us remember the people's response to Captain Moroni's title of liberty. Exercising their agency, they came running together with a covenant to act. My beloved brothers and sisters, don't walk, run. Run to receive the blessings of agency by following the Holy Ghost and exercising the freedoms God has given us to do his will. Elder Hales gave this talk in the context of preserving religious liberty at a time when he could see that it was being heavily under attack. And it is even more so today. Let me give you a few more prophetic quotations. Next to being one and worshiping God, there is nothing in this world in which this church should be more united than in upholding and defending the Constitution of the United States. If members of the Melchizedek priesthood allow the U.S. Constitution to be destroyed, they not only forfeit their rights to the priesthood, but to a place in this highest degree of glory as well. Boyd K. Packer in 2004, will the Constitution be destroyed? No, it will be held inviolate by this people, and as Joseph Smith said, the time will come when the destiny of this nation will hang upon a single thread, and at this critical juncture, this people will step forth and save it from the threatened destruction. It will be so. I do not know when that day will come or how it will come to pass. I feel sure that when it does come to pass, among those who will step forward from among this people will be men who hold the holy priesthood and carry as credentials a bachelor or doctorate of law degree. And women also of honor, and there will be judges as well. Others from the world outside the church will come, as Colonel Thomas King did, and bring with them their knowledge of the law to protect this people. We may one day stand alone, but we will not change or lower our standards or change our course. President Harold B. Lee. Latter-day Saints devoutly believe that if the Constitution should be in danger of being overthrown, their lives, if need be, are to be offered in defense of its principles. Erastus Snow in 1885. We were told by the prophet Joseph Smith that the United States government and people would undermine one principle of the Constitution after another until its whole fabric would be torn away, and that it would become the duty of the Latter-day Saints and those in sympathy with them to rescue it from destruction and to maintain and sustain the principles of human freedom for which our fathers fought and bled. We look for these things to come in quick succession. Here's a prophecy of Joseph Smith, according to Orson Hyde, that there would be a time that would come when the Constitution and country would be in danger of an overthrow, and if the Constitution be saved at all, it will be by the elders of this church. Even this nation will be on the verge of crumbling to pieces and tumbling to the ground. When the Constitution is on the brink of ruin, this people will be the staff upon which the nation shall lean, and they shall bear the Constitution away from the very verge of destruction. From Joseph Smith.